Let's talk about a feeling. A feeling that I'm willing to bet is really familiar to you. It's that sense that your time isn't really yours anymore. It feels broken, feels fractured. Well, this modern anxiety, it finally has a name: chronometric alienation. I mean, really, does this feel familiar? That constant nagging feeling that you're always rushing, or that your day is just sliced into a million tiny distracting pieces? You get to the end of the day, you look back, and you think, I was busy the entire time, but what did I actually do? If you feel that, you are definitely not alone. This quote from Albert Tan it absolutely nails the problem, doesn't it? It's the perfect way to think about it. Our brains, our bodies, that's the biological software. It's ancient. And we're trying to make it work on this new operating system, digital time, that's just impossibly fast.
Okay, so let's really dive into this. We're going to start by, putting a name to this thing, giving it a proper diagnosis so we can understand this anxiety that so many of us are feeling.
So what is chronometric alienation really? At its heart, it's this profound feeling of being disconnected. It's the friction, the static you feel when your mind and body, which evolved for a world of seasons and sunsets, is forced to operate in a world of nanosecond updates and nonstop notifications. Just think about how different these two things are. Human time, our time, it needs duration. You need time for an idea to simmer. It has natural rhythms like work and rest, and it involves waiting. Waiting is a part of it. But digital time, it just blows all of that up. Everything is instant. Everything is happening all at once. The only tense is now. And what happens when these two things are constantly at war inside of us? Well, you get this condition called dyschronia. It literally just means bad time. And it feels like a kind of temporal schizophrenia, right? Your body is here in the real world. It's getting hungry, it's getting tired. But your mind is lost somewhere else, in this endless, timeless digital space. So how did we even get here? Was this just some sort of accident? Well, not really. Let's look at how technology is, specifically and very intentionally, engineered to create what's been called the perpetual now. So here's the key mechanism. It's called algorithmic time dilation. Now, this isn't a bug, it's a feature. Platforms are designed to suck you into a flow state, that zone where you are so completely absorbed that you totally lose track of time. You felt this. It's when you go to check one quick thing online and you look up at the clock and, whoops, 2 hours have just vanished. That's this in action. So how do they actually do it? It's a surprisingly simple trick. First, the designers get rid of any natural stopping cues. Think about the end of a chapter in a book or the end of a TV show. Those are natural points to pause and think. But infinite scroll, autoplay videos, there's no end. There's no cue to stop. This pushes you into that timeless flow state, and the result is your awareness of time just evaporates. And here's the real cost. This is the big one. When we are constantly being yanked into the immediate, urgent present, that next email, that next buzz in your pocket, our ability to think about the future, to plan, to dream, it just withers away. The future collapses into the notification. But look, this isn't just a personal problem. It's not just about you feeling distracted. This is scaling up into a huge societal issue. We're talking about a new kind of inequality, one that's all about who gets to control time itself. This brings us to a new political battleground, chronopolitics. It's the politics of time, a power struggle over the very tempo of our lives. Who gets to decide how fast we work? When we have to be available? For how long? The answers to those questions are starting to define our entire social structure. And what this creates is a new kind of class divide. On one side, you have the time sovereign. These are the people who can afford to buy back their time. They pay for ad-free services, they go on digital detoxes, they work on long-term strategic projects. But on the other side, you've got the time poor. Their time is completely dictated by algorithms. Think of the gig worker paced by an app or the office worker who is always on standby. Their time is fractured, reactive, and it's not their own. Okay, so this all sounds pretty intense, but what do we do about it? Well, the solution here isn't about some new life hack or productivity app. This is about a collective fight. A fight to reclaim time as our most fundamental, most precious resource. The goal, the thing we're fighting for, is something called temporal autonomy. It's a simple but powerful idea. You should have the right to control your own time. This means the right to disconnect without being punished for it, the right to wait, to let things develop, and maybe most importantly, the right to actually have a future that isn't just constantly being hijacked by the present.
And all of this leaves us with one last massive question to think about. In a world where our attention and our time have become the most valuable things on Earth, should the right to control them be considered a basic human right? Just think about that. What would our world look like if it were?